Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana. Yes. Earlier today, opposition leaders led by Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Matiang'i, among a host of other opposition luminaries, met and issued a joint press statement. It's very interesting that Matiang'i refused to append his signature to the press statement. And that begs the question, what's Matiang'i up to? What's happening behind the scenes? Before we dig deep into that, let's have a look at a post shared out by Kalonzo Musyoka pertaining to the press statement. Kalonzo Musyoka, joint statement by the opposition on continued extrajudicial killings in Kenya and the IEBC. If you look at the last part of that press statement, a failure to set up a commission that inspires the confidence of Kenyans and all concerned parties may set the context for rigged elections in 2027, which Kenyans shall not accept. We will not stand idly by as Kenya is dragged into darkness. We reaffirm our unwavering commitment to defending the Constitution, protecting the rights of every Kenyan, and resisting tyranny in all its forms. Justice must be served. Accountability must prevail. Kenya must be saved. And then we are seeing signed, we are seeing Honorable Martha Karua, His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, Honorable Justin Muturi, Honorable Eugene Wamalwa, Honorable Mithika Linturi, Honorable Torome Saitoti. The only person whose signature is missing but was present in that meeting is Fred Matiang'i. Why is Matiang'i's signature missing? I want us to understand what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Looking at that post as shared by Kalonzo Musyoka, Kalonzo is talking of a possibility of 2027 election being rigged. Yes, that's the first issue I want us to understand in this video. And then the second issue, why is Matiang'i's signature missing while he did attend that meeting? If you look at the opposition, since 2007 to 2022, Raila Odinga, who has all along been the opposition candidate, has been winning the presidential elections. And even if Kalonzo, Rigathi and his team wins 2027 election, it might still go the way all those other previous elections went, where we have a loser being crowned the winner. And that's why I've been very reluctant when I hear people saying Ruto must go. Just chanting Ruto must go will not send William Ruto home. The opposition must be smart and find a way of making sure that elections come 2027 will not be rigged. But looking at the opposition leaders, they are still asleep. So chances are very high that in the event of a presidential election being conducted, that election might once again be rigged just as the previous ones. So the opposition leaders must be smart. And one way of being smart is for them to make sure they stick together. William Ruto should be beaten with a very big margin. If the margin is very small, then William Ruto will be back as Kenya's president come 2027. Why is Matiang'i's signature missing? The obvious explanation to that, Matiang'i has not yet decided to fully board the Rigathi Gachagua ship. He is still weighing his options. Is it prudent for him to board the Rigathi ship, or should he go it alone, or should he join William Samoei Ruto? I believe those are the three main options Matiang'i is still looking into. Should he board Rigathi's ship? Should he go it alone, or should he join Ruto? Matiang'i joining William Ruto, in my honest opinion, he'll add no votes to William Samoei Ruto. And the reason is very simple. Matiang'i is only being accepted by Kenyans as Matiang'i. Kenyans are ready to vote for Matiang'i as Matiang'i. They are not ready to transfer their support for Matiang'i to another leader. In fact, if Kalonzo decides to support Ruto, Kalonzo can transfer some of his supporters to Ruto. Same to Rigathi Gachagua, but not Matiang'i. Matiang'i has no support to transfer. Kenyans just love him for who he is, but they cannot follow Matiang'i to Ruto. So Matiang'i's best option is to make sure he goes for the presidency. If he sticks in the opposition, I'm also very sure he won't be able to convince his supporters to vote for the opposition. His supporters love him the way he is as Matiang'i. He can't transfer their support to some other candidate. So his signature is not here because he has not yet fully accepted to board the opposition ship. He's still weighing his options. Matiang'i might be weighing his options because he understands very well that some Kenyans don't want to be associated with Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo, or some of these opposition leaders. And that's a clever move by Matiang'i, because the moment Matiang'i will be seen associating with Rigathi Gachagua or even Kalonzo Musyoka, then some Kenyans will lose interest in him. If he comes out very strongly that he's associating with Rigathi or Kalonzo, he might lose support. But if again you look at it very objectively, something also tells me very strongly that Matiang'i, if he's a presidential candidate without the support of Raila Odinga or without the support of Rigathi Gachagua, then again he can't make it. So Kenyans are left standing between a rock and a very hard place. Yes, they might love Matiang'i, but without the support of Rigathi or Raila, Matiang'i will not make it. So Matiang'i at least must get the backing of Rigathi Gachagua or Raila Odinga for him to at least even beat William Samoei Ruto. That only means that come 2027, we might still have the usual suspects, the usual bad leaders still pulling the strings behind the scenes. If Matiang'i becomes the president today with the backing of Rigathi, Rigathi will be calling shots behind the scenes. And we all understand Rigathi Gachagua's background. He fails that test on leadership and integrity. So if he supports Matiang'i, it's clear he will be calling the strings behind the scenes, and then Kenyans will be back to bad leadership. That leaves Kenyans with only one option. They must agree to suffer until the day They will stop this bad ethnic politics and bad ethnic votings. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. In case you may want to support our forum, that's my number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.